Hello YouTube, let's play some chess. Playing against an Israelian, 2000 rated. And we're gonna go for, I would say, some sort of a Jobava London. Well, let's go for this. It might transpose. It's not the main line, obviously. And here I'm just gonna go e4, grabbing a full center. It's, yeah, you basically need to go for this, this variation. And let's actually put our queen here, just so we have the option to castle queenside. And I'm not gonna castle just yet, just because I want to see what he does. So let's just develop. We have a nice center here. This pawn is well protected, of course. But this is not a thing yet, because his knight is also defending. But it might be in the future, so I might just want to develop my bishop. Maybe he would check. Question is, I guess that's alright actually. Because if he goes here, he blocks in his own bishop as well. I need to move my bishop twice, but that's okay in this variation, I think. And here it's a question where I want to castle. I kind of want to know what he does first, but yeah, that's not gonna happen probably. I'm looking at these pawn pushes as well, but it might be too dangerous to start with that. But this could actually be alright. Playing against this bishop, basically. If he pushes, I don't know, could go here, for example. Let's go for this. And this is not too scary. I guess he could win a pawn there, although after this I'm attacking the rook, so probably not. So what I was looking at is, yeah, that. And if I take back, it looks like after this he can win my pawn, but I'm on the rook. But in this case I can actually also take here, which is definitely something to consider. Now I'm giving up that pawn there. Question is, do I care? So if I take with the pawn, maybe he has some checks. They don't look too scary. I can just put my bishop back, for instance. So let's take here. And maybe he goes for this, but he can't win that pawn. Yeah, he just attacks it again. And that might be a good choice. Now I do have this, kind of forcing manners. I'm still not castled though. Yeah, let's see what he wants to do here. Maybe he just castles. And then afterwards go for this pawn. Yeah, so that's what he's doing. So if I castle, he probably takes here, although that's not good for him as well. So I think I can castle queenside and go for an attack on the king side here. So let's see. Yeah, and he basically forces this now, because I don't want to retreat my bishop. So let's go for that. Takes with the king. Yeah, and I really feel like I should start pushing here. Maybe this first. So where can the knight go? He probably wants to go there anyway, to put some pressure. Let's start with this. It's defended, so... And this is the threat, yeah, and I figured he would go for this. So maybe this first was actually better now that I think of it. Could I go for this? It's a bit slow, but maybe it works. Problem is if I move my rook, this pawn is hanging. Yeah, so maybe just solidify. It's not really what I wanted here, but I think I have to go for this. Now I could consider something like this. basically solving the problem of my pawn and getting an annoying pawn there, which probably he can take in the end, but still. I think that's actually interesting. It's a doubled pawn, but I don't really mind losing it. And his king is pretty weak, I'd say. So this feels alright. He's gonna get a good knight. At least I think he's going there. Yeah, that's what he does. So what to do now? Consider something like this, maybe. He can probably just kick it out. Maybe just this. Because this straight activates my queen. And also in some lines it defends his pawn. And this trade is not something you want. Opening up your king, doubling your pawns. So if he doesn't trade, he should either defend it with the queen, yeah, that's what he does, or move the knight, but that's probably not what you want. Oh, I could consider something like this, maybe. Attacking this pawn and the queen. And my knight is well defended, so if he trades twice, that's fine. So let's try that. Now he could counterattack my queen and it's getting really interesting. Yeah, so he goes for that. Yeah, I have nothing better than this, I think. He's trading off a lot of stuff. I'm still attacking this though, which he can defend. And he does, also attacking my rook. Which is probably smart. Now do I want my rook on the e-file? I think so. Oh, he could go there and attack my rook again, but then at least it's on the e-file. And then afterwards I would still be attacking this, so that's a thing. Yeah, so he defends in order to go there maybe. But I can double up rooks. I really need to speed up, that's my main problem in this game, I'd say. Otherwise it's looking kinda equal. Yeah, he goes there, attacking my pawn. I can counterattack his pawn, and this pawn I don't really mind losing because it's a doubled pawn. So let's go for that. Yeah, so he goes for this, but I think this is better for me than for him. He has an isolated pawn now. I have all my pawns connected. And other than that, it's still equal material. This also comes with tempo against that pawn. Which, if he pushes, makes this pawn very weak. So for example, already this. He can probably just push though. If I attack this first, is he gonna protect it with the rook? Maybe. Could also consider this. Yeah, that might be interesting. And still, I need to speed up. Could have also considered this maybe. There were some checks. Now if I go here... Yeah, let's go for it anyway. That pawn is weak. I should be attacking it. Yeah, and he can keep pushing. But I think I am improving my knight. Also considering this. And where am I going after that? So let's go here. And now just play quickly. Could also consider this, by the way. To basically freeze him. That's actually interesting. It's tough for him to move now. Question is, how do I get my king in? Maybe this. I got my king involved like that. Here I could consider this. Was probably not best. Let's just bring my king. He might want to come here, but I can kick it out. And like I said, he is a little bit stuck. Maybe he has this in the future. Yeah, but I think this is alright for me. Can't take here. And I think I want to go here just to stop the knight. Basically, I'm just trying to paralyze him. Thing is, this is never a thing, which is a shame. So putting more pressure here is difficult. So he goes there. Can I attack that? Probably. Don't need to keep my eyes on this all the time. This push is never too scary. I can take. And this is a thing now. Yeah, so I guess is he gonna take with the knight? Probably. No, he's taking with the pawn. Which down his knight as well. And maybe I can go back now, threaten this. Also, that's a better square for the knight anyway. Yeah, and it looks like he is more active, but actually he has some weaknesses. He might be overextended here. But I have 2 minutes, so that's just that. Does he want to go there or something? Well, he's going for it anyway. I don't know, let's go here. Slowly but surely improving my position. Yeah, I figured he was going there. Now I have this square for my rook. Maybe this. Although this pawn is a bit weak. But it does kick his king out. Maybe this to improve my knight. Let's kick the king out first. Yeah, let's go for this. This is a thing. And if we stop that, maybe even going through that route. Trying to get his king a bit further away. Now we also can get a position, I guess. Yeah, so that's the thing. I don't mind him going there, especially because that's a fork. So it's difficult for him to get my knight out of there. Maybe now I can start trying to get a passed pawn or something. Yeah, the question is that worth it? Yeah, so this is not a thing. This rook can't really come in either. So let's try this. Maybe now he goes for this. Then I might have this. It's something to calculate, but I don't have time to calculate, so I probably should just play quickly from here on. And probably just lose on time, because I don't have time to calculate. So either lose because I'm missing something, or lose on time. Okay, let's play quickly and see what we can do. trying to get a passed pawn here. Which we're going to. He's probably gonna go there. Nothing else really makes sense. So let's go here. Yeah, he could start closing in on my king, which is a bit of a problem. So here I already have to go back. This trade is fine for me, I think. And I'm happy with the draw at this point. I'm gonna hide over there. Probably. So let's see. Let's go for that pawn. And maybe he's gonna try and make a pass pawn over here. Yeah, so I think this is good for him, but I have this now. And this should be a draw, I think. And I'm happy with that. Yeah. He doesn't even take my pawn. Okay. Yeah, that's a draw. Let's go to the game review. Quite an interesting game. Not the best game, but also not the worst. We both had 83.7 accuracy. So let's go analyze. Yeah, here already, this is quite an odd opening. I didn't know what to do. I just developed my pieces and yeah, it's better for white. This was not the best idea. Let's just see what the engine has to say. Yeah, developing my knight or bishop first is better. I don't know why I wanted to castle queenside so quickly. I ended up not doing that anyway, at least not quickly. And this is still a little bit better for white. And here, h4. I was considering h4, but it also says long castle here. Or short castle, everything's possible. But I thought this is committing to castling. I didn't want to commit to castling. But maybe I should have. Because after this, now still I need to make this decision. And yeah, this was a bit too slow. Taking here already is possible. Taking here even is a move. This is also alright. And here I'm actually quite a bit better. So yeah, an engine says g4. I should have considered g4 because then h4 is way more powerful. So I thought he might be going here. And now h4 and he doesn't have this response. I guess he does, but this trade is not one you want to make. It opens up your king and that's devastating. So yeah, g4 here is, I think, my main miss in the game. I'd have found that here. And I did talk about it, but I didn't see the follow-up with h4. Even though I played h4 immediately here, I should have seen the difference. I didn't. And then here still white is much better actually. So I just played it too slow. Let's see what the engine says. Knight d4. Yeah, so again, I played the right moves, but not in the right order. This idea was alright, but not best. And now knight d4 isn't the best move anymore. Let's see what the engine says. Knight d5. Yeah, probably so that after this he can't go here with the queen. Again, I played this move, but not in the right order. And now it's a mistake, so I find all the right moves, but not at the right time. That's quite interesting, actually. Yeah, now we can just trade everything off and basically be equal. Although it says white is still a slight bit better. I thought this was equal in the game, but apparently it's better for white. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the opening. And here I actually felt like it was better for white, just because he had a weakness here in the endgame. And I just didn't take advantage of it. Oh, this check. I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's interesting, just to win the pawn. Or he has to give up an exchange. That would have been the way to go. And then here I felt like I was paralyzing him, but I was probably just paralyzing both of us actually. And here it's actually winning again. I play this now. Yeah, I saw that idea later. Again, wrong move order. Yeah, now I played it. It's stupid how the best move I always play one move too late or two moves too late. Yeah, now it's just equal. Let's see if I had any chances from here. This was best. Just still equal. Now he's a bit better. But after this trade, it is equal. And I might have been losing at some point because, yeah, this got really dangerous. And here, yeah, he should have continued pushing his pawns, but here I saw this was a draw. So yeah, not the best endgame, but ended up getting a draw in a game that I think a draw was deserved. So yeah, quite alright. Let me know what you think. For now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.